Hey, how you guys doing out there today? This is Stefan Jimenez from the Roto Beast team, and I'm here to present you our NBA picks for Thursday, January 18th. If you're new to this channel, please make sure and click the subscribe button below. This way you can watch all of our NBA, NFL, and MLB videos. And please make sure and click the like button on this video as it really helps us out. Tonight, it was an absolute crazy night. All the chalk busted. You had Westbrook 60% owned. He missed value by 20 points. You had Dragic. He was 50% owned. He missed value by 14 points. Anderson for the Spurs. He was almost 70% owned. He missed value by 18 points. You had Bell. He got hurt the very first play of the game. He was 85% owned, and he got a 0. His value was 22. So that's another minus 22. Then you had Davis, who was starting for Memphis. A lot of people went after him. He was about 70% owned, and he was, minus 6 on his value as well. So the chalk busted tonight. It was a crazy night. That's why cash lines are so low, because all the chalk busted, and you had to have that one guy just to kind of get you over the hump. Unfortunately, I'm right at the line right now. Hopefully I can sneak in a little couple things, but hey, hopefully we'll see how it goes. Anyways, so for Thursday, I did this last week, and it was pretty cool. A lot of people liked it. So I'm going to do it again for Thursday. So what I'm going to do is, if this video right here that I'm about to get started on gets 300 likes by 30 minutes before lock tomorrow, so 3:30 Pacific time, I'll post a Fanduel GPP for everybody on social media. So hey, make sure and click that like button. Get that free GPP. So let's jump into this slate. We're going to go through it quick. I'm starting to feel a little bit better, but still kind of sluggish. We got some nice games. We got a couple games. We're waiting on some injury news and updates, so the lines aren't out. We'll start with Orlando at Cleveland. This game has a 225 implied total. Cleveland's favored by 10.5. Then we got Indiana at Portland. This game has a 213 implied total. Portland favored by 3.5. Then we got Minnesota going into Houston to face the Rockets. James Harden is coming back, but he's going to be on a 25-minute limit restriction with kind of a high price tag, so we're going to have to kind of see what we're going to do about that. But the Rockets, they have Trevor Ariza and Gerald Green suspended, so somebody's going to have to step up and play a lot of minutes tomorrow. There's a guy I think that definitely is. We'll get into that. The last game is Philadelphia going into Boston to face the Celtics. Kyrie Irving is questionable, so we got to keep an eye on that news. So yeah, let's just jump into this. We're just going to go through it quick. I know I always say that, but this time I really want to do it because I'm not feeling the best. So hey, start at point guard, Chris Paul. He's been playing well. 10.4 price tag. For him to hit value, you're going to need about 52. He does have Harden back tomorrow. I like Chris Paul. I definitely like him. But I don't know. In my opinion, I think he's a little bit more of a GPP play, just because he hasn't really been getting that 52 that you need for him to hit value. He got the one big game of 69, but besides that, he hasn't got there. And then you got Harden back. It's going to take some extra usage away. Even though Harden's going to only play 25 minutes, he's going to play 25 minutes of shooting the ball. We know what Harden does. So Chris Paul, solid GPP play though. You got Damian Lillard going against Portland. Damian Lillard, he's been playing well since coming back, shooting the ball well. He's going to play his minutes. He's filling up the stat sheet. Very, very up-tempo game against Indiana. Portland is favored at home, so I like Damian Lillard. So this is a Kyrie Irving situation. If Kyrie plays through the shoulder, I like him. 8.2 price tag. You need about 41. It's fair for he's been averaging 38 on the season. So like I said, 41 for him to hit value. He's a guy. He's not really going to get you in the 40s a lot, but he's going to get you high 30s. Get you very close. He's not going to kill you. If Kyrie is out, if he's out, Terry Rozier is a must start. I'm telling you now. So keep an eye on it. Even with Kyrie playing, the guy's still getting, 20 to 22 minutes. But if Kyrie's out, he's going to play 35 minutes in this game. The guy's going to absolutely crush his value. So definitely pay attention to the news. Then I like Teague. Jeff Teague, he's going to be in an up-tempo game going against Houston. Chris Paul, don't get me wrong, he's a solid defender, but he's not the absolute lockdown defender that he was before. He's getting a little bit older now. Jeff Teague is coming back. Last game, his minutes started getting ramped back up again. For him to hit value, you're going to need about 32, 33. He's averaging almost 31 on the season. And he's playing well. The past 3, he's got you at least 28. So I like Jeff Teague. He's one of my favorite players on the board. Then we got Isaiah Thomas. Last game against the Warriors, he played 31 minutes, so that's very encouraging. If he's going to play 31 minutes again against a very up-tempo team in the Orlando Magic, who absolutely, are trash on defense, I like Isaiah Thomas. He's kind of in the shooting funk a little bit, trying to get his legs still underneath him, but he's going to break out of it. He's a really good player. This is a game that the Cavs should win. They are favored by 10.5, so I like Thomas. Then we got Harden, like I said, 10.5. For him to hit value, you need 52.5. He's going to play 25 minutes. Don't get me wrong. He can get you close. It's Harden. He's the best shooting guard in the league. But I'm going to sit back on this one and kind of just, wait this one out. Let him get back to healthy before I start going back to him. I like Oladipo going against Portland. He's going to be battling with McCollum. Oladipo is a solid play. But one thing I will say is his price is just really high. For him to hit value, you need about 46, 47. He's done it plenty of times this year, but there's a couple guys that a little bit lower that I'd rather pay down for. I like McCollum. He's going to be going against Oladipo. McCollum's playing well. He had one dud, in the past 6-7 games. Besides that, 42, 48, 43, 41, 39, 47. He's playing good right now. That's what you really got to like. His price tag is up a little bit. For him to value, need about 42. It's kind of pushing it, but, I think he's going to have a good game. I do like him in this spot. Then we got Eric Gordon. People are going to try to go away from Eric Gordon because Harden's coming back. But Harden's coming back. He's only going to play 25 minutes. And then also they're without Ariza and they're without Green. So Gordon, he's still going to play 30 minutes this game. That's for sure. He's going to chuck up shots. We know that about him. For him to hit value, we need about 33, 34. I like him. I really like him. He's averaging 27 on the season. Going against Minnesota, it's going to be a pretty competitive game. Eric Gordon, solid play. You got Wiggins on the other side of the ball in an up-tempo game against the Rockets. Wiggins, he's doing a little bit of everything. 6.2 price tag. You need 31 for him to hit value. He's averaging 29 on the season. I like Wiggins. I think he's a really good play at shooting guard. Then we got Fournier. I suggested him last time. I hope you guys listened. He had the best game of the season for himself. 38 fantasy points. Now he's had at least 33 or more in 2 of the past 3. He's starting to get it going, shooting the ball well. He's playing pretty good. Going against a Cleveland team who struggle against guards. I like Fournier. Then we got Wade, 5.2 for him to hit value. Need 26. He's averaging 25 on the season. Wade, he showed he's really good when it's not a back-to-back. So, they're rested. They haven't played in a couple of days since the Golden State game. He should be well rested. Up-tempo game against Orlando. I could see him playing, 25 to 28 minutes in this game. Dwayne Wade, 5.2. He's a solid play. LeBron, price tag is way up. For him to hit value, you're going to need about 62, 63. He's averaging 54 on the season. Don't get me wrong. I like LeBron. He just went off for a 77 against Orlando. So, he's in a great spot. Don't get me wrong. I don't like the price. That's what's kind of like, But, he has pretty much of anybody on this slate. He probably, I would say, has the highest ceiling, and he's just coming off a 77-point game against them. So I like LeBron. It's going to be tough. We got to get that value. But if we do get enough value, then LeBron's probably going to be extra chalky. He should be. Butler, you need 50 for him to hit value at his 10,000 price tag. I like Butler. Going against Houston, very up-tempo game. Usually he would be going against Trevor Ariza. Trevor Ariza is a good defender, but he's out this game. I think Jimmy Butler could definitely have a good game, especially if they try to start small and put Eric Gordon on Butler. I think he'll eat up Eric Gordon. So Butler, great play. Jaylen Brown, up-tempo game against Philadelphia. They just had this game a couple days ago. He played 31 minutes, got 21 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals for 36 fantasy points. He crushed his value this day. The price tag is still very fair. He's going to play, 30 minutes a game. For him to hit value, you're going to need about 27, 28. He's averaging 26 on the season. Jaylen Brown, really, really good play. Then we got Covington. I mean, this is a guy, for me, I would rather pay up for Brown, a couple more hundred, just because this guy's so frustrating. I mean, he has upside, but he just hasn't been doing it. He was at 7,001 points this year. Now he's down to 5.3. I mean, overall for the season, he had a good season so far. He's averaging 29 fantasy points, but right now he hasn't really been doing it for me. So like I said, I like Covington. I think he's a solid player. Don't get me wrong, but I would rather definitely find the extra 400 for Brown. Last guy I'm going to talk about, this guy who is a real candidate to start and play 30 minutes tomorrow with the Reza and Green out. I could definitely see him, in the start lineup. And if he is in the start lineup, I like him a lot. I think that he's probably going to be, 75% owned if he's starting, somewhere around there because he's going to be a good value play. Hey, if he's starting, I mean, that's probably kind of where you go. You just plug him in. This way you can pay up elsewhere. But I will note, man, every time I put this guy in, he always gets in foul trouble. That's the most frustrating thing. But, I mean, he does have upside. I mean, I've seen him hit 40 before fantasy-wise. So, I mean, he could do it. But, just keep an eye out for the news. See who they're going to start. And just kind of make your decision from there. Now we'll go to power forward. Ben Simmons, for me, he's strictly GPP just because he's so up and down. I mean, he definitely has 50-point upside. He's done it a couple times this year. For him to hit value, you need about 42, 43. He's averaging 42 on the season, but, I mean, he's just not doing it consistently. And that's why, for me, I think he's more of a GPP play, especially against Boston team, who was a good defensive team. He played 28 minutes in this matchup last time and only scored 32 fantasy points. We got Aaron Gordon. I mean, he's solid. Last time he was in this matchup, he scored 43 points. He's playing the minutes, which you really gotta like. He's just up and down. I mean, but the price tag is down a little bit because of this as well. For him to hit value, you need about 36, 37. It's kind of asking a lot, but I mean, he's a solid play. I do like him. For me at power forward, I think there's a lot of really good spots on the lower end to kind of pick from. I think the power forward spot is probably the spot that you pick 2 guys for the 5,000. And just move on. First guy, we're talking about Taj Gibson. I mean, I always talk about him, I know. But, hey, he always comes through for us. He's going to play, 32 to 35 minutes. We know that for sure. Price tag just stays where, there. For him to hit value, you need about 26, 27. He's averaging 27 on the season. Coming off a 37-point performance against Orlando. Gibson, great cash game play. We got Saric. Saric is just too cheap, to be honest with you. I mean, last time in this matchup, he got 27 fantasy points. He's playing, 32 to 34 minutes a game, averaging 27 points. He's just underpriced, in my opinion. I like Saric. Last guy I'm going to talk about, Ryan Anderson. I mean, without Ariza, without Joe Green, I could definitely see him getting a couple extra minutes as well. If he gets us, say, 32 minutes and he hits a couple baskets, 4.5. We only need 22 for value. He's averaging 20 on the season. I think that he could be a really solid play. Move over to center. Embiid, I mean, the guy has upside. We know that. 10,000 price tag. For me, he's a GPP play. I don't really look at him as a cash game play, but I like him. I mean, like I say, he does have upside. He showed us, what was it? 65. That was his ceiling against the Lakers. I like him. Solid GPP play. Got my boy Towns. I know I talk about him every night. 46 to hit value. I like him once again. Against Orlando, he started off the game great, kind of slowed down in the end. But, I mean, the 39 didn't really kill us too much. I like Towns, and I'm going to go right back to the well. He's a big guy that you know is going to play a lot of minutes, what you really got to like about him. So definitely take a look at Towns. We got Capela. He's going to be going against Towns. Big guys, as good as Towns is, he isn't the best defender. And, big guys, they have, a lot of big games against them. So I like Capela. He's playing well right now. The minutes have somewhat been up. They've been kind of up and down. Without the other guys, he could get a couple extra minutes as well, though. Capela, he's been very consistent all the season. For him to hit value, need about 37. He's averaging 35 all the season. Capela, solid play. Next, we got Kevin Love against the Magic's up-tempo game. Last time he was in this matchup, he got 35 fantasy points. For him to hit value, need about 37, 38. He's averaging 35 on the season. The thing I hate about him is the minutes are so up and down. That's kind of the factor. But, hey, he's a solid play. He could get us, 50 fantasy points in 25 minutes. He's showing that before this season. So, Kevin Love, solid play. So, next we're going to go with Nurkic. The price is getting down. 32 for him to hit value. The minutes are all over the place. He's probably a little bit more of a GPP play. But, he's showing us the upside. He's got, 40 fantasy points numerous times. He even got a 50 burger. I like him. I definitely like him against Indiana. It's going to be a very, very up-tempo game. It's just going to all be about, how many minutes that he gets. But Nurkic, I like him. He's a solid play. So, hey, let's just get to these picks real quick, and let's get out of here. So I'm going to start with at point guard. I'm going to go with Jeff Teague, up-tempo game. I like him in this matchup. Shooting guard, we're going to go with, I like Andrew Wiggins. And I think I'm going to change point guard right now, so just give me 1 second. Right here, I'm going to go Jaylen Brown. Yeah, I'm going to change. I like Lillard right here. Jaylen Brown. Power forward. I'm going to go with Saric. He's just too cheap. And then center. Go with my boy. Okay. That's something I like. And I got you right where I like to be at. 6,000. You have a lot of things that you could do with 6,000. You could even fit in LeBron. There's a lot of things that you could do. So definitely, I think that this is a solid core for you to look at. Remember, make sure to click that like button. If I get 300 likes, I'm gonna post that free GPP 3:30 Pacific time on my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. If you haven't already, please make sure to follow me at RotoBeast. And hey, let's get this money. Talk to you later.